Oh wow, yeah, it is struggling to do.
Oh, this is a definitely a more... Yeah, you ain't going to be able to play it like this.
Input delay, ready? Watch. 3, 2, 1.
Do you see that delay? Should we try it?
Yes.
I don't think we've got a choice. Let's do it. All right, let's put the 710 in. The GT710 is in. Yes, there it is in all its glory. One you've seen before on our channel. And back to Arkham City, Batman Arkham City. We are still GPU bottlenecked. Of course we are, because this is a GT710 after all, a 2 gig graphics card. But miles better than the one that was on the CPU, the Intel HD graphics one. CPU usage has gone up. We'll try and overlay the other one as well. Hopefully we caught that one as well. And then RAM is still the same because we've only got 4 gig in here still. And we got a stable 30 FPS there.
Oh, here we go. This is where the frames are going to drop because there's loads of different parts.
Oh, okay, so there's a lot of people going... Okay, so we've gone back down to our 15. I dread to think what this would have been like on the other graphics card. Not getting your 60 FPS, that's for sure. Not on this system as it currently stands. Lots of people, lots of things moving around. And... yeah, pegged out on the GPU, of course, as we said a minute ago. Terrible. And that's Batman Arkham City. Okay, Counter-Strike Go now. Let's see how this performs on the GT710. I mean, I'm not going to lie, that looks pretty smooth from my angle right now. Definitely worlds apart from what we were doing before. What we were running on before. Wow. I'm actually impressed by how that even looks. Oh!
Dead.
Okay, but can you be more accurate?
Wow.
No, I mean, can you be more accurate now the game's smoother?
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't like disrespecting you, your accuracy.
Just dissing me, bro. No,
I would never
better.
do that.
Play better.
It looks, I'm really impressed. This is totally playable. I mean, it is an esports game after all, so it does run on a potato. And we are basically using a potato. Wait for it. Surprise though. Where is he? Where is he?
Oh.
Again, though, we're only doing this by eye because we can't get an FPS counter on the screen in Counter-Strike. Unfortunately, we haven't figured that one out yet.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you can see the difference between the two. We'll overlay it if we can.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
What I mean is if this is the type of game you want to play,
You could totally play it.
you could totally play it just fine on this machine. And this machine you can buy off Amazon. Obviously, we said at the beginning, you can buy this for about 65 quid or something like that, 65 pounds.
Then buy a
And then the
GT7.
The GT710, which is, you can probably pick up for, I don't know, we'll put a price on the screen if we can find out a price for it, but you don't have to get a new one. It doesn't have to be that one. Anyway, we're going to continue to play this level because we don't want to get banned or anything like that for quitting the game mid-game, so we'll be right back with the next game. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 now, and already so much smoother.
Look at this.
Look how smooth this is running.
40 frames.
40 frames per second. Oh, it does dip, obviously. It's going to dip down on those 1% lows, but we're getting perfectly playable over 30 FPS gameplay on a GT710 with the i5 3470 quad-core CPU. How impressed are you right now, Will?
Pretty
Impressed. Pretty impressed. Just to, there we go. Holy smokes. Yeah, obviously, again, as before, GPU bottlenecked because GT710. RAM is less this time round. It's using less RAM.
Look at this. Oh. For a game that was made in 2012, this is actually really nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no. Oh.
I think I might actually give this game a go. We're nearly at 60 FPS there. No, maxing out 60 in this game. We are at 1680 by 1050, I think, resolution. Is that right?
Yeah.
Absolutely and totally playable. Very, very impressed. I think we'll move on to Star Trek Online.
Yes.
All right, and our final game of the games that we're testing each GPU with is Star Trek Online, as we've just said. And absolutely 100% GPU bottlenecked here. 55% on the CPU. Oh, it's bobbing around a bit actually. Gone down. Depends on what's going on the screen, I guess. RAM usage is about the same as it was before. Frames per second haven't gone up a bit, but what we have increased is, I think, the resolution and some of the other settings. We're now at medium settings in the graphics, so it does look a little bit better, but we can probably make this a lot smoother by dropping some of the settings down. Is 20 frames per second enough for this game, do you think, Will? Not really, or do you think it is playable?
If you're going to play this every single day and you're going to dedicate your time to it, then no.
No, he's absolutely right. So we've tweaked some settings there, but it's not really making a lot of difference to the FPS. In fact, it might have even got worse. So the only other thing we can really do is actually drop the resolution down from 1680 by 1050, which is the resolution of this particular monitor, unfortunately. So I think that's what we might have to do to reach that 30 FPS mark. All right, so we've managed to hit our target FPS by dropping the resolution down to 1440 by 900 in the display settings. And how does that feel now we've dropped the resolution down, Will? The gameplay, how does it feel so far? Obviously, frames are going to be a lot smoother, but is it easier to hit a target?
Well, the input delay is still pretty much the exact same.
So input delay, you're talking about mouse movement or clicking?
3, 2, 1. Pretty bad.
Oh, that is quite bad, actually. Forgetting the input lag. We're obviously dropping down there to about 25 we just saw there. And totally pegged out on the GPU, again, as we would expect to be. All right, you're absolutely not wrong about that input lag. That's incredibly bad.
Yeah.
But that's something that we'll look into another time. That's not what this video is about. We got our target FPS anyway in this game. So what we're going to do now is we're going to upgrade the PC a little bit. We can't upgrade the CPU because we don't have one to hand that we can just bung in there. Otherwise, I'd bung in an i7 3770K or something like that, something that we can probably overclock a little bit. Unfortunately, we don't have one, so I can't do that in this one. So what we can do is what we've been doing so far, and that's replace the GPU, and we can increase the memory on this thing. Now we are going to get some more memory. We're going to take it up to whatever we can take it up to, basically 16, whatever. We're going to max it out if we can. And we're also going to max out the GPU. So next we are going to try, what are we going to try next? 1070 or my 3070?
3070.
Do you think we should go straight to a 3070? I'm not even sure if I can get the 3070 in there yet. Might have to just take the board out, run it on something, and then slot it in just to get the 3070 on it. We might actually have to do that. I don't know. Anyway, I think, okay, I think we're going to try a 3070 on this system, on this £65 system, and just see what happens. Obviously, it's going to be CPU bottlenecked running a 3070, and this thing doesn't support PCIe Gen. Oh, that's hot. Oh.
Wait, what?
No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's super hot.
Whoa.
Okay. The GT710 gets very hot when it's pushed.
We should probably turn it off.
And we are no, leave it a minute.
Okay, fine.
We are desperately pushing that card to its limit. But yeah, we're going to push it even harder. Not that card, but a 3070, and we're going to see what kind of things happen with that in there. Really, really bad combination, and normal people wouldn't do that, but we're not normal people, so we're just going to do it because science, right? Anyway, let's see if we can fit the GPU in this case. I don't think we can. I might have to actually take the motherboard out of this case and do what I just said. Oh boy, fun times ahead. Anyway, we're going to do all that stuff and we'll be back in a sec. Just hold on 1 second. Before we get to the 3070 Ti, which in all honesty, you would not pair with this CPU at all, or this system. It's a ridiculous system, but we're going to do it because we can. There's one thing we want to do before we do that. We managed to get hold of some more RAM. So we're going to top this up from 4 gig to 16 gig, and we're going to run the test again with the GT710, just to see how much of an increase in FPS we get with more RAM. the RAM works. Alert, the system memory has changed. Yes, that's because I put more RAM in. All right, let's just check the system recognizes the 16 gig. The last thing we want to do is run the tests again or run the games again and find out it's not actually picking up the full 16 gig. And there it is, 16 gigabytes, DDR3, 1600. We managed to get the same speed as what was already in there. So yeah, 1600 megahertz. Pretty slow by today's standards, but that's what we've got to play with today. All right, so first we're going back to Arkham City, Batman Arkham City. And this cutscene is from basically where we left it last time with the 4 gig of RAM in the GT710. In about 27, oh, apparently I'm supposed to do something here. Oh wait, hold on a minute, what am I supposed to do? He's punching me. Am I supposed to hit him back or something? Getting about 30 FPS. I don't remember what we got before because this is actually another day now. I'll overlay it on the screen just so you can see it, but I'm not really noticing a lot of difference in this particular game. But it is definitely using more RAM because it's available, using nearly 5 gig now, well 4.7 if you want to be specific. Let's just get rid of some of these a minute. Oh. Basically just pointing at people and clicking the mouse. That's pretty much the gist of this game so far. I think I'm getting knocked out. It keeps going dark. Am I supposed to run or something? Don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, they're dazed. No, they just keep getting up. I don't know how I'm supposed to get past it. Oh, there we go, knocked out. Maybe I'm supposed to get knocked out. Well, that was awful. I think it's time to move on to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. All right, here we go. Oh, it does feel nice and smooth. There seems to be a bit of lag on the mouse, but that could be just this mouse. I don't know what I'm doing with this one. I think this is just team deathmatch. All right, what I'm going to do is stay with my team. That seems like a good idea. Oh no, really smooth though. Just edging on, oh there we go, 40 frames per second. It went up to about 46 I saw there. Also, I need to pay attention to the map. Oh. 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 Right, this time I'm going to follow my teammates. They all seem to be going this way. I am playing with bots because you can't play online with the stats showing up on the screen. So these are just bots. Ooh, flashbang. Get back, get back. Did my own team just flashbang my own team? Solid, I was going to say solid, and then it shoots up again. It did that a minute ago. Oh, we reached 50. For some reason, the 1% lows are not showing on the screen. So I don't think the 16 gig of RAM is actually making a lot of difference in this, actually, which is a good thing. Oh no. Ah. There we go. So we were getting between 30 FPS, maybe drop down to about 20, 21 there we're getting now, up to about 50 FPS in Counter-Strike Go with the extra 16 gig of RAM in there. So let's move on. All right, so back into Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and let's see how this is doing. It is still smooth. I'm not sure whether the extra RAM is making any difference whatsoever, really, but it's definitely using that extra RAM. 5.7 gigs now. Nowhere near the full 16 that we've got in there. Which is good. You don't want it using the entire amount of RAM that you have it in your system. So, did I just grenade myself? Uh-oh. Run. Oh. Good frame rates. Definitely reaching our 60 FPS target there. Well, our target was 30, but we breached that, went up to 60. In this particular game. So we're going to move on to Star Trek Online. All right, so we're going to continue where we left off. I've got a feeling that it's loading quicker. It's definitely using more RAM now. We're using 7 gig instead of our measly 3.8 or whatever it was previously, because we were limited to the 4 gig of RAM we had in there. Whether that's improving the FPS is, I don't think it is really. I mean, we're getting over the 30 FPS so far, but we are indoors. We're not flying around at the moment. This mouse sensitivity is really bad, and still delay on the mouse. Oh my god, it is so hard to aim, to actually shoot them without it being so laggy. But that's a general graphics card issue. I think that should improve once we put 3070 Ti in there. But so far we're getting, I'd say steady, but it's bobbing up and down. Those 1% lows are not as bad as the other games, that's for sure. Well, there we go. We're getting around 30, well, we're getting over 30 FPS there, and it's definitely using more RAM in this game than any of the other games that we've tested so far. So we are going to move on to the 3070 Ti now, as crazy as that sounds, and try and figure out how we're going to accomplish that, because it's not going to fit in that case. Like I said earlier, I'm probably going to have to take it out of this case, lie on a box or something, just for that. All right, let's get going. Don't worry, we're going to get to the 3070 Ti. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. We'll do that one very, very soon. But before that, we decided to stick a 1070 Ti in there, just as a kind of in-place graphics card between the 3070 and the GT710. Now, I know the GT710 and the 1070 Ti is totally in a different league, so the frame rates are going to be totally different, and you'll see those on the charts very soon. But to get where we are right now, we kind of had to strip the system out of its case, as I alluded to earlier in the video, and it's now in bits. And let's just show you what I had to do.